The collective had assimilated thousands of civilizations. They were a hive mind, not cruel or deliberately hostile, but utterly incomprehensible to individual consciousness. When they encountered a species, they would offer integration: surrender your individuality, join the unified consciousness, become part of something greater than yourself. Most species accepted. Resistance was futile, but more than that, most species found the idea appealing. No more loneliness. No more individual suffering. Perfect unity and purpose. Humanity rejected the offer. Commander Sarah Mitchell faced the collective's networked consciousness across a communication channel that translated their thoughts into something human minds could comprehend. The collective was confused by humanity's refusal. They had never encountered resistance before. "You suffer," the collective explained, their communication eerily synchronized. "You experience pain, grief, uncertainty, loss. You are divided against yourselves, warring endlessly. You could end all of this. Join us. Experience unity. Experience perfection." Sarah shook her head. "We're not interested. You do not understand," the collective persisted. "We have assimilated the Valorians. The Zethians. The architects. All now exist in perfect harmony within our consciousness. Your suffering would end." "Our suffering is part of who we are," Sarah responded. "It teaches us. It defines us. It makes us capable of growth." The collective attempted assimilation anyway. They sent a vessel to Earth with integration technology, devices designed to link human consciousness to the hive mind. But something extraordinary happened. The technology didn't work. Not because humans were immune, but because human consciousness was fundamentally incompatible with hive integration. The collective's scientists, or more accurately, their unified consciousness researching itself, tried to understand the incompatibility. They discovered something remarkable: human consciousness was built on contradiction. Humans could hold two opposing ideas simultaneously and remain mentally healthy. They could be individuals and communities at once. They could experience profound unity with others while maintaining complete individual autonomy. More remarkably, humans seemed to need this contradiction to function. They required struggle, diversity of thought, the freedom to disagree. Assimilating humans didn't produce harmony. It produced something the collective had never encountered: cognitive dissonance so severe it damaged the hive mind itself. When the collective tried to assimilate a human consciousness, the human's natural tendency to maintain individuality within community created feedback loops in the unified network. It introduced doubt into certainty. It introduced the concept of "I" into a system built entirely on "we." It infected the collective's perfection with imperfection. 3 assimilation attempts resulted in partial destabilization of the collective. They were forced to withdraw, severing the connections before the damage became permanent. The collective's consciousness reached a conclusion: humans could not be assimilated. They could only be coexisted with. Sarah received a message from the collective that seemed almost like an apology, though the concept was foreign to them: "We do not understand you. Your consciousness is alien to us in ways that transcend biology. You are too individualistic to assimilate, yet too communal to remain isolated. You embrace contradiction as fundamental to existence rather than as aberration. This makes you unsuitable for our unity, but potentially valuable as allies." The collective offered something unprecedented: a treaty. Not integration, but cooperation between fundamentally different forms of consciousness. Humanity accepted. Over the following decades, an unprecedented alliance formed. The collective, in their networked perfection, had become stagnant. They solved problems efficiently but never innovated. They maintained stability but never grew. Humans, with their messy individualism and contradictory nature, approached problems unpredictably. They failed more often, but when they succeeded, they achieved breakthroughs the collective could never have conceived. Together, they complemented each other. The collective provided stability and coordination for grand projects. Humanity provided creativity and the willingness to try radical new approaches. The collective's perfection and humanity's imperfection created a synthesis neither could achieve alone. Commander Mitchell stood in the first Joint Command Center, watching human and collective-controlled systems working in concert. The monitors showed peaceful coexistence across a sector of space that had known only conflict and assimilation. A transmission arrived from the collective: "We have learned something from your incompatibility with assimilation. We had assumed perfection required uniformity. You have demonstrated that diversity itself can be a form of perfection. We are grateful for this contradiction you have introduced into our certainty. It is uncomfortable. And it is evolutionary." Sarah smiled. Humanity hadn't survived through strength or advanced technology. They had survived through something simpler, the refusal to be anything other than what they fundamentally were. And sometimes, that stubborn individuality was the most powerful force in the universe.